Hey there, pallies, welcome back. Last time we talked about games that refuse to die. And what's refused to die without die? So today, we're going to talk about games that never even got the chance to make a comeback. Because they're dead as shit. Fire, water, 6 feet under, Tibetan sky. Gone, deceased, no more, gone from this place, dead. What games come to mind when you think of the word dead? Perhaps it's a game you've heard of or seen. Maybe it's a game you've played. Okay, well, there's definitely most likely a game you've played that's been labeled dead, because God knows that there is way more dead games than thriving games by a goddamn country mile. Enough waddling around. Let's skin this cow before the meat goes bad or the vultures come back a knocking. Let's dive in. What kills a game? Well, it's a number of things, like bad gameplay, boring world, lack of updates, or sometimes just plain out bad timing. Like Titanfall 2, a game that is loved by many and played by few. This game had everything going for it. Gameplay, world, decent fan base. What happened? Well, the geniuses over at EA decided to stop banging their heads into the drywall for a moment and looked around at each other and said, "Hey, you want to just fuck up terribly?" No. They decided to launch Titanfall 2 smack dab in the middle of arguably the two biggest game releases of the year. So basically, EA slit the back of Titanfall 2's knees, shoved it down a flight of stairs and went, "How'd that happen?" Babylon's Fall was an RPG from Square Enix released in early 2022. Upon release, it was panned by critics and players alike. People seemed to like the gameplay, but agreed that the overall structure of the game was about as structurally sound as a 15th century serf's house. Hey, you think this is bad? Try being poor in the 1400s.
I feel happy.
Oh, what was that? You were caught talking to yourself by the old well and a black cat was within javelin tossing distance of you? Not to mention this game had like peak of 1,200 players at launch. After only 6 months on the market, Square Enix announced that this baby would be fully shut down on February 27, 2023. I was faster than expected. Do you remember Lawbreakers? The hit new game that was gonna revolutionize the shooting genre as we know it and absolutely destroy that stupid baby game Overwatch? Remember that guy? Get the fuck out of here, you cartoon-looking motherfucker! It's time for the big boys to play. What? You don't remember Lawbreakers? Well, you and everybody else. Now, unlike Babylon's Fall, people seem to actually like Lawbreakers. Everyone who played it went, yeah, it was pretty fun. I liked it. It wasn't bad. Good job. But this game's marketing was outright abysmal, and not to mention the absolutely obnoxious lead dev, Cliff Bleszinski.
PS4,
Yep.
PC, but no Xbox, right?
Yeah, and those Xbox fanboys are pretty salty.
Yeah, I mean, they supported you for a long time.
So recently announced that the game's coming to PlayStation 4.
Because I hate Xbox.
You get like a young kid, you know, he's like 11 and he loves playing Overwatch and that's cool. And then you get the older brother who's like 14. He's like, you should see this one. They're like, you know, there's blood in it and people explode and they curse. You know, I want to be the rated R version for all these kind of, you know, PG kind of rated shooters.
So, add a little bit of bad marketing, a splash of another goddamn hero shooter, and a little pinch Cliff Bleszinski. What do you get? It wasn't law-breaking, but it sure was bad-breaking.
That wasn't funny. You're not funny. Give somebody else a slice of that oxygen.
I'm not even gonna look at this one for very long, you know, since I'm allergic to little bitch syndrome. And there is nothing more bitchy than big money Amazon coming on over here, releasing this, and then taking it back like, oh, we're sorry we made a bad game. Please don't look at it, please.
God doesn't forget. God doesn't unsee. Judgment is finite, Your time has come.
From the creators of the absolutely fantastic Borderlands franchise, not you, Battleborn was supposed to be the next big Gearbox IP. Instead of finding a home with the goats, it found a home in the Walmart bargain bin, right next to Sniper Special Ops. Battleborn was a first-person shooter with some MOBA elements thrown in there for some spice. It landed with average reviews, never usually getting more than a 7 out of 10, so not bad at all. But the last thing you want to be in the games industry is average. Especially when the guy you decided to compete with was this funny little dude named Overwatch. So mix the mild reviews with a little bit of competition and you get a game that quickly fell to 5 below. Price and location. And after 5 years, the game servers were finally shut down on January 31st, 2021. And it was never talked about again. Like seriously, who the hell remembers... What the fuck were we talking about? Oh, Back for Blood. I'm a big zombie fan, so when I saw this game was being labeled the successor to Left 4 Dead, I got quite excited. That was until I saw this horrid shit. No mod support, a season pass, and that goddamn stupid character archetype that every game is just needs to use. Like it's a goddamn migraine and that's like, I gotta use this character.
Yep, that's me. So you're probably wondering how we got here.
We got a great game here, guys. You know what the marketing needs? Her. Bring her in. Bring her in. At the end of the day, it's not a terrible game. I enjoyed it quite a bit from what I played, which was just the beta, because God knows I wasn't paying $60 to $100 for this. There wasn't much to this game. It was painfully average. And so it died. In early 2023, Turtle Rock officially announced that they would no longer be making updates or DLC or nothing like that. They were ceasing development. And since there's no mods, dead. It's gone. Buried. Okay, look, I know I bring up Halo a lot, and I know technically Halo isn't dead, but compared to what it used to be,
People are getting a little crazy out here. There's a lot of community, a lot of fans, and a lot of good feelings. Is this the best video game in the world? Definitely it is.
Halo. So let me tell you, Halo 3.
Sum it up for us.
Amazing. It's exhilarating, man. It's an experience. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, I bought Halo as soon as it came out, man. I was hooked. Halo 3.
Did you come here just for this event?
Yeah, I came here just for this event.
They don't have this in Chicago?
They do, but it's not this. You come here for the experience. This is like, my father went to Woodstock. This is our Woodstock of a generation.
As we start to rebuild, this hillside will remain barren, a memorial to heroes fallen. They ennobled all of us, and they shall not be forgotten.
Halo's fucking dead. The thing that Halo was, the stuff that made Halo, is long dead. 343 made sure of that. Halo Infinite was not a bad game by any stretch, but it released unfinished, and it could have been great. It could have really been great, but it wasn't. The game still gets players, sure, but how many people are going out of their way to hop on and host a custom game night with their buddies? How many people are talking about their favorite Halo missions from the campaign? No one, because there's nothing to talk about. Oh, what was your favorite part of the Halo Infinite campaign? Oh, I really liked that one part where you're in the woods, and there's the grass and the little the Forerunner shits around you a bit, and I shot that elite who had a sword, but he was also invisible. It was crazy, dude. In Halo 3, it's like, yo, what's your favorite part of Halo 3? Yeah, the part where you're riding a warthog through hell itself, and if you stop for a millisecond, God decides to just take your soul and pull it down to the depths of hell? Yeah, that mission? You see what I'm saying here? There's no comparison. The game isn't horrendously bad enough for people to make fun of it, but it doesn't have enough content to make people want to play it every day. Even talk about it. It's just there. It's an option in your library when you're bored. That's all it is. And once again, when you compare that to what it was, Halo is dead. But MCZ fucking rocks! If you want to play some classic fucking Halo, there it is, baby. Look at that in all its glory. Oh, you're just as beautiful as the day I lost you. Halo isn't dead. Halo's gonna live forever! You thought this was gonna be a sad ending? Fuck you. Fuck you. As long as I live and air fills my lungs, Halo will live. Venture Brothers will live. I will live! Viva la Revolution!